This is Investment Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Daily live streaming interactive. Featuring Mrs. Backup. Subscribe, hit the notification, smash the likes. Now, here's Backup Brad Kimes. Come on in.
What's up, everybody out there in the XRP community? Thanks for coming back to Investment Perspectives. Look, I just want to take a second to make a short video about all the drama that's ensued here on Twitter, in the Twitter space, because at the end of the day, this is what's taking place. Digital asset investor, Mr. B, XRP, and myself have created a Patreon group where we all three are going to come together and begin to do a show, a once-a-month show, where we're going to try to make ourselves a little more exclusive to people who want to hang out with us and to talk further about things that we want to talk about. Some casual, some, straight up talking business about our investments. But one of the things I want to say is that it's a Patreon group. It's $4.99. It's $3.99 if you get in before 500 members. And I just want to say, from the overlooking like the stream that I did this morning for people so they understand, is that I just want you guys to understand this. We've simply started a Patreon group. People could join it or choose not to join it and still enjoy all of our channels for free as you currently get to now. There is no one in the group that is holding back any information from Swell. None. That is a lie that has been created and perpetrated by Alex Cobb. And I hope that he has the humility and the integrity to apologize for creating that false narrative. He knows how to contact me. He knows how to contact Mr. B, certainly DAI, and he had done none of that. I reached out to him personally and advised him after I saw that he made a video creating that false narrative and a lie, and told him that I respect him and that I expect him to take that video down and show some humility and integrity, basically. I'm paraphrasing. That is not what happened. What happened was he went out on Twitter and doubled down on that. Now, here's what we have at the end of the day. At the end of the day, for those of you that were in the stream this morning, and I was laughing about some of this, and the truth of the matter is I am a laughable guy. I am a laughable person. But the reality is that I'm not trying to portray a position where I'm trying to be condescending to people who are not sure exactly what's happened here, to be honest, right? The truth of the matter is that I use humor to deal with almost everything in my life, even when it's not needed. So for those of you that found that to be a little condescending or not needed in this space because you're finding real confusion about what's accurate and what isn't, I can tell those people that I apologize if my laughter offended anybody, that I don't think it's serious, right? For one, I think it's very serious, and I think that it's actually, really points to the fact that there's such a toxicity going on in Twitter in such a down market, in a down time, that people are letting some things blossom out of control. Again, I would remind everybody, just as we do with crypto and our investments, do your own research. You're going to find out that we haven't held anything back from anyone. In fact, when we were at Swell, we exclusively reached out to two YouTubers, Alex Cobb being one of them, and specifically hooked up and connected with him so he could have an exclusive peek into us and everything that was going on at Swell. So at the end of the day, I wish Cobb and all the other people out here that have hung on to Cobb's words because he's become a credible YouTuber, but on this day, he has discredited himself. And I and a lot of other people out here who are holding on to his words need to hear from Alex Cobb now, and we need to hear Alex prove to all of us that he has the integrity and the humility that is needed to show the community that he was out of line, he was wrong, And it only took calling or reaching out to one of us, whether it be Mr. B, which he has access to, and myself, to put this matter to rest. And in fact, I reached out to him just as I done. And the reality is that even though I reached out to him, he doubled down on the narrative. Well, I can tell you that is not what a person with humility and integrity does. But at this point, the ball is absolutely in their court because Alex Cobb and other YouTubers have Patreon accounts. They're no different than our account, except for the fact that we happen to be offering a little more in our Patreon account than most other YouTubers are at this current time, which is neither here nor there. If you like them, you sign up. If you don't, you don't. The fact of the matter is we're all still going to have our everyday channels just like we normally do, right? But the reality is that if you're hanging on to what Alex Cobb said, I would encourage you to go back to Alex Cobb as I've done and really ask Cobb to prove it, because it's not accurate. He's lying. He's carrying a false narrative. And it's all going to come to the surface because that's not how either one of us three operate. And I'm excited. I'm excited for all of this to come to the surface because he will have nothing to cling to. And that's a shame because I reached out to him personally to try to actually handle this prior to. Now, the only reason I showed the message to everyone is because Alex Cobb chose to take my message and go to Twitter publicly that I actually messaged him and doubled down to accuse me of being even more nefarious in the community's fundraising for the documentary that we've done. This is a person, Alex Cobb, who's now doubling down on accusations with zero proof of anything being wrong or mishandled. So now it is up to Mr. Alex Cobb to prove all of these things because none of them are actually real. And that's going to be a tough one. So again, for anybody in this morning's stream who was offended by me using my humor that I use for everything, like I said, even when not needed, for that I apologize because I don't mean to make any of you feel like this isn't real for you and that you guys may look up to us. You have a great deal of respect for us. And listen, none of us take that for granted. None of us take it for granted. In fact, the reason we came together and decided to do a Patreon group as a group was to show unity among the community. Don't believe it. It's still true. I want to thank all of you who are supporters of this channel and all of us that are embarking on this new endeavor with the Digital Asset Insiders, which is not inside information, but an inside exclusive, all-inclusive group. If anybody wants to be in it, they can be. And they cannot be in it if they want to not be in it. But the reality is these are two individuals that I have a great amount of respect for, and I'm extremely excited to be working closer together with them in a capacity that will give us an opportunity to get even closer to all of the audience members that are big supporters of all the channels and everything that we're all doing. So at the end of the day, guys, I thank all of you for taking the time to sit and listen to this, because this is exactly what's going on here. The crypto Twitter world is very toxic and you have to sort it out. So here's a short little video to let each and every one of you know exactly what we've done. We've started a Patreon group is all we've done. It's no insider information, and there's been nothing from Swell that's been held back at all. And I would suggest anybody making claims about the matter, I would suggest all of us take in arms and force those people to prove it. That's how much respect I have for all of you, because I know that this audience is smart enough to go, I'm going to ask a few more questions here. And that's what I'm excited about. I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.